Hello everyone! Today we will be discussing double fertilization. This video is brought to you by Destiny Cambero, Bernice Menendar, and Grace Wensley. What is double fertilization? It is a complex fertilization process used by angiosperms, where the female gametophyte is fertilized by two male gametophytes. An angiosperm is a vascular flowering plant that contains stems, roots, and leaves. Their flowers ensure pollination, while their fruit ensures seed dispersal. Flowers are the reproductive structure of the plant, which contain both male and female parts. Pollinators such as bees and butterflies contribute to the fertilization process by transferring pollen. An estimated 90% of flowering plants depend on pollinators to reproduce. Without them, this could lead to plant extinction and a significant decrease in crop production. But what makes pollen so important? Each individual pollen grain contains two cells, one known as a tube cell and the other a generative cell. A pollen grain will be transferred from the anther of the stamen to the stigma by a pollinator. The tube cell will then form a channel down the style into the ovary of the flowering plant. The generative cell will then divide by mitosis to form two sperm cells, which are also known as the male gametes.
So how exactly does double fertilization occur? One sperm joins the egg cell and forms the diploid zygote, while another sperm joins the two polar nuclei, the diploid central cell, and forms a triploid cell that develops into the endosperm, which is the storage tissue that the angiosperm needs. Here we will look further into the steps of double fertilization, and first look at step 1, which includes the pollen tube bursting, while two sperm are delivered into the female gametophyte. But how exactly does the pollen tube burst? Pollen tube from the male senses chemical attractants secreted by the synergids of the female. Then the tube grows to the micropyle and penetrates the embryo sac, entering one of the synergid cells. Inside the synergid cells, the pollen tube stops penetrating and the tip bursts. Looking even further into how pollen tube bursts biochemically, it's hypothesized that a receptor-like kinase on the synergid plasma is first activated. This stimulates the ROS production and calcium ion uptake. ROS include hydroxyl radicals, which when already present in the presence of high calcium ion levels, it may cause the pollen tube to burst, causing two sperm cells to be released. Now looking at step 2 of double fertilization. In this period, two sperm cells remain in the boundary region between the egg cell and the central cell for about 7 minutes. Really, this is just a waiting period for the sperm cells, and step 3 is when the final step of double fertilization occurs.